Hold on, I'm just jumping right on this thing right now. It's outside, and I wanted to make sure we started. So I'm clapping. You know why I'm clapping. You know why I'm clapping. It's Toxic Talk Thursday. Oh my God, January the 30th. 1 minute after the hour. Oh my God, I didn't even realize what day it was. It is January the 30th. I didn't even, yo, I am not making this up. I did not realize that it was January the 30th, 2025. 1 minute after the hour. Welcome. Yeah, I'm bugging. I didn't need, I said, I am not joking. I did not realize it was, I know it's the third time I'm saying this. I did not realize that it was January the 30th. 2025. Welcome, guys, to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Uh, Toxic Talk Thursday. I'm sorry, young enough. Good morning. God bless you. I want to talk about you for a moment. It is a Toxic Talk Thursday, January 20th, 2025. Welcome, Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Wake Up Team, only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? You know the deal. The chat room's open and it's wide open. You can call in. The number's 570-982-6950. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. We are live right now. This is what we do. Donations Friday. That's tomorrow. Please donate if you want. That's what it is. Donate today if you want to keep the show up and running and the show continuously providing you guys with celeb entertainment topics that we talk about, shouting out the chat room and all the things that we do. Good morning, Nicole Harris. God bless you. This is where you get your morning love, but most importantly, it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. And shout out to our beloved chat room. Couldn't do the show without you guys. You already know what this is all about. And it's about this 100% commitment to this show. All right. First of all, I want to start off by saying this. While we wait for the others to come into the room. Okay, so the other day, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and it's our beloved DJ Young and Nut, Greg Young and Nut Hill, who's been supporting the show throughout the years. And bro, you know, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate it. And Young and Nut had posted the other day that he had his 9th year cancer screening and everything worked out great, and God bless. And he put a picture of him with some bandages on his arm, and he got I think what you got on, the New York Knicks hat, bro. And Young and Nut got that look. You could tell Young and Nut and people from Brooklyn, y'all got a certain swag and y'all kind of look alike. There's something about the way you sound and the way you look, which is a great look. Don't get me wrong. But Brooklyn has that certain swag about itself. It's uncomparable. And you can see in the picture with Young and Nut, he got his glasses on. Matter of fact, I got my readers right here. He got his glasses on, he's smiling, and he's letting us know that his 9th year cancer screening came out to be great. He said, thank God for keeping his, let me put my glasses on. He writes, thank God for keeping his arms wrapped around me and throughout my journey. Stay positive, stay focused, stay positive, keep living. Stand up for Brooklyn. Listen, I'm from the Bronx. You know, I wear it on my sleeves real heavy. But if there was another borough I was to move to or represent, the next one would be Brooklyn. So let's I know people have congratulated them already, and let's congratulate before we start the show. Let's congratulate DJ Young and Nut for a successful cancer screening, his 9th year of screening for cancer, and that's really a big achievement, and thank God. And I like what you write. You wrote stay positive. I mean, you wrote stay focused, stay positive, keep living in cap letters, and that's what this is all about. So cancer screenings. Happy Thursday, right? Vanetta George, we're gonna get into it. Happy Toxic Talk Thursday. But congratulations to DJ Young and it's informative. It's informative that you share this young enough because it could save someone else's life. Because that's a lot of times I look at it that way. Some folks post hospital pics. Uh, come on, let's keep it real. For the vanity, some people post hospital pics because they want people to know that they're in the hospital. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what I think it should be. If you want to let people know that you're in the hospital, hospital pic, a post, yeah, that makes sense. But then there's some of y'all that post pics. And yeah, let's congratulate Young Enough, guys. I read the post the other day. I congratulated him. You're such an inspiration, bro. And for some of us that need to take cancer screenings, or it doesn't even have to be that deep, even to go check your blood pressure to see how you're doing and see how you feel. This is one of those type of inspirational posts to me. That's the way I read this post. I read the post that he's letting everybody know that he's, for his 9th year, he had a successful cancer screening, but also it lets me know that, hey, Harvey, you might need to go get a screening for something. But you guys know I go to the hospital or to the doctors all the time. Go get yourself checked. And then you have these folks, again, back to the informative post that they're in the hospital. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you got folks that just want to post that they're in the hospital for vanity reasons and they're doing it for the likes. And we know it's obvious. It's obvious. And I'm not trying to go down no hating train. I'm just saying. You're doing too much with your hospital pics because you're really not that sick if you got time to post hospital pics. Young Nut did this for the right reasons. He actually did this to let us know that he's continuously doing his cancer screening, and also to let our asses know to go out there and get checked for whatever's going on in your life medically. And then you got these folks that want to post vanity pics in the hospital. And here's the one that I despise the most. And welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Wake Up Team, waiting for the queens to come in. But I made a commitment for 2025 to start this show at 8 o'clock on time. Monday, Thursdays, Fridays, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. for now. And good morning to everyone in the chat room. We can't do this show without you. I had to run out and run it back in. I got to run back out. Here's the picture. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on in the world, but just let me get all this. Let me just go through this part before the queens come in. There's some of my friends and some of my Facebook friends, and I know you guys seen this. They put the hospital pic up, an unauthorized pic of auntie, mom, dad, uncle, ditch kids, and anybody, and the picture is unauthorized, and the patient is looking crazy. Some of them don't even know that they're being that there's a picture of them on social media because they're knocked out cold or they're in this compromising position in a gurney, and they're looking terrible. And the person, and my friends or the Facebook folks or the Instagram folks, take a picture of the person that's sitting there in the vulnerable position, and they don't even know it. Or half the time they looking crazy. I would never do that to a loved one or a friend. Good morning, D-Lo. God bless you. I wouldn't do that to a friend. I wouldn't do that to a family member. I think it's unfortunate that you post pictures of your loved ones in a compromising position in a hospital bed with tubes running all up their bodies and they looking crazy, and you post that picture on social media. I disagree with that. Put a number in chat room. Put a number one chat room if you with me or not. Putting your loved ones in a compromising position and posting pictures of them looking raggedy as hell on social media. Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Remember, don't forget, guys, I need, especially guys in New York, Shawn Harvey Comedy Show / Birthday Bash at Comedy in Harlem. That's March the 5th. I need all y'all in the building, guys. I need all of y'all in the building. Look, Nicole Harris put a #1. Young Enough put a #1. It is so unfortunate. And why are you doing that? D-Lo just put a #1. Why are you putting your family members in this compromising position because of your vanity? And you know what? I'm going to mind my business. I could sit here on this show and talk to y'all because you're my beloveds. But there is a part of me that wants to reach out to some of my friends on social media, screenshot the picture of the loved one, send it to them and go, yo, bro, what are you doing, bro? Why you got auntie looking crazy in a gurney in the hospital, looking sick as hell, and you posting that you with her or him or whatever? But I can't do that. I have to mind my business. I have to mind my business. And some things are just private. They're just private. There's nothing wrong with taking a picture of your loved ones in the hospital. There's nothing wrong with it. But sometimes maybe you might want to keep those pictures private for the moment. All right, enough of that. Please like, share, follow, subscribe to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team while I wait for these queens to come in. Now, before we get into Toxic Talk Thursday, I want to share this with y'all. And this is folks that drive cars or used to drive cars or driving having a vehicle has nothing to do with it. But here where I live in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, the other day, Young and Nut and all these folks that are listening to the show, the other day, they were stopping cars for the police was out there. And there's a lot going on in this world, and we need to talk about that. And I don't understand why they're doing this, but hey, it's none of my business. I tried my best to be a law-abiding citizen, especially at this age. I didn't respect the law a lot when I was a younger man back in my day. But the Lord knows today I do. And what they were doing, guys, they were stopping folks for running the stop sign. Running the stop sign and making the right turn on red when the red light indicator arrow was red. So in the state of Pennsylvania, and put your comments in the chat room, guys. I'm going to try to read them. I got my readers too, so don't worry about it. And we're going to get into, and Vanetta, we're going to get into ICE. We're going to get into immigration. We'll get in that in a minute. Hold on. In the state of Pennsylvania, in most towns and cities, you can make the right turn while the light is red. We can't do that in New York. On certain corners you can, but not in New York. That's why sometimes I got to be careful and mindful when I'm in New York. And matter of fact, I'll ask Vanetta and all the others who used to live in New York that drive in New York. There's been times where I've almost made the right turn on red in New York City. Because out here in Bethlehem, you can do that. So I was in Brooklyn last week. I can't remember. I was making a turn on Marcus Garvey. I was running down one street, and Marcus Garvey was going to do the comedy show. And I got to Marcus Garvey, and the light was red. But I was about to run the light because in Pennsylvania, you can make that right turn. Long as there's no traffic, long as you're not disrupting the traffic flow. But out here in Pennsylvania, they had the Bethlehem police folks stopping cars for running the stop sign and the red signal turn light. So my question to you, to the drivers, or people who don't even drive, it doesn't even matter. Before we get into a Toxic Talk Thursday, let's be honest. How many of y'all just barely stop at those stop signs? Because that's what the people were doing. People were not stopping they were doing that like that rolling stop or just that gradual stop. And then they would go past the stop sign. You're technically supposed to stop and then drive. and they were pulling people over like crazy. Well, for me, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna moving forward. I'm gonna stop at the stop sign. I mean, a complete stop and then go. How many of y'all? Let me ask you this question before we move on. We got action pack, y'all. I'm waiting for the queens. How many of y'all have completely stopped at a stop sign and kept going? I mean, a complete stop. But how many of y'all, number two, have just slid through that stop sign and then kept going? Number one, put a number one chat room. If you stopped at the stop sign, complete. Put a number two. If you don't stop at the stop sign, lose, stop and go and keep it pushing. Okay, now, let me get a drink of water here. And welcome to the show, guys. I hope everybody's okay out there. I hope you're doing fine on the Toxic Talk Thursday. I hope your family's doing good. Okay, so before we get into the ICE situation and the migrants and all that stuff, you guys remember Scott Storch, the record producer? You know, he's a Babylonian, but he does a lot of music for urban folk. Well, his baby mother, her name is Florence Marsky. Florence Marsky. She's a Babylonian. She was caught the other day in racist comments about Mexicans. I want y'all to hear this real quick before we get into, there's a lot going on in the world. There's plane crashes. Listen to this. Listen to this, guys. Her name is Florence. Her name. Listen to this. She called the Mexicans a wetback. She called them she called them poor. She said she's rich. Hold on, wait, let me play this. Hold on, guys. I want to make sure I do this right. I want to do this right. Hold on. Wait, here's the hold on. Here's what she's saying. Hold on. Listen. You guys hear that? Tell people. Wow. Rich or poor? So, yeah. The poor soul. Jill, bitch, shut the fuck up. Give my keys. That's Florence Murphy. That's the baby mother, Scott Storch, the famous producer. She called these Mexicans, these men, wetbacks. She called them rapists, murderers. She hands out. She pays for her park. She's in a. All right, she's picking up her car from the parking lot, right? And with her Babylonian entitlement, she got upset that it took the person too long, the attendant too long to get the car. So she starts screaming on him and start calling him all these racial names, right? The other guy was filming it. And she said, rapists, murderers. She pulls out a $50 bill, throws it at the attendant and go, give me my change because I'm rich and you're poor. So he goes, yeah, but you have a poor soul. So she starts cursing him out, give me my keys, don't touch me, and this whole situation. The other guy filmed it. Now, this is a woman that has an online company, an online presence, and I think today we should shut this woman down. Social media, rightfully so, is getting on that ass. Now she's trying to apologize now. Now hear her apology. Listen to her apology.
I'm gonna apologize to the man that grabbed my ass. I don't even care. I did something. At least be honest. I'm apologizing to you. Please. You accept my apology and then what? But you know what the guy did. He's not even here today. But why? I know, but you know what the guy did to me. So please, at least be real. I'm the farthest thing from racist.
Now she goes back. Her name is Florence Miskey. She's the baby mother of Scott Storch, the producer. Right? She goes back the next day. No, first of all, she goes online and she says that the attendant grabbed her ass, which is a total lie. And then she goes back to try to apologize to the attendant and to try to convince him that, yo, your coworker grabbed my ass. That was not the case. This woman needs to be canceled out of the society that we're in right now. Forget about social media. You should be canceled out of the whole situation. Look, she made a mistake.
Like, I am taking accountability. Oh, like, please, enough. I'm going to apologize to the man that grabbed my ass. I don't even care.
Nobody grabbed her ass.
To me. At least if you're honest, I'm apologizing to you. Please. My apology and then what? You know what the guy did. He's not even here today. But why? I know, but you know what the guy did to me.
Hear that?
So please, at least be real.
Really?
I'm the farthest thing from racist possible. I told you, you're a good-looking guy with green eyes. Do you think I have any weight? All my partners are Spanish, Vietnamese, everything. At least admit what the guy did.
So he's not paying her no mind. And why would he admit that his man grabbed your ass when he didn't grab your ass? And then you go on social media and you say, listen, this dude grabbed my ass, and that's why I started these racist comments. No, you're lying. And don't you know social media is throwing this chick out of the whole situation? You are canceled, miss, because of all this hot rhetoric from Donald Trump. Now, this is a pure Babylonian, and it's affecting her family and it's affecting her business. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Your business should be shut down. Scott Storch, the famous record producer who has nothing to do with this, he should be shut down. This woman is out of control. And because of the Trump rhetoric that's going on right now in this country, what they're doing with deportation, with ICE, and all this situation that's going on, this is the last thing that we need to see, that this the entitlement of these folks right here that are showing their true colors, because that's the one good thing about all of this. Even though we know that the racist folks are out there, they are out there for real. Because when Trump just won this presidency a few weeks ago, here they come out high-stepping. You got the nerve enough to call a Mexican a wetback, a murderer, a rapist? And you're going to look at him and say that you're rich and he's poor? And he only said, you know what? You have a poor soul, miss. And you're right, Princess. She's feeling the pressure heavy. They are shutting down her business and all the situations that she got going on in her life. And then she's going to go online and go, y'all saw me. I was in my pajamas looking like a hot mess. This bitch was wearing $2,000 pajama set. Knock it off. Knock it off. And then I saw a picture yesterday. I'm gonna look for it online. I forgot in my prep. I thought, Cindy would do all of this, and I'm still waiting for them. They was arresting some of the Mexican migrants, and I don't know if you saw it. One of them had a Latino for Trump T-shirt, and they arrested him. And that's exactly what y'all get. That's exactly what's going on in this country right now. Trump has caused so much chaos and fear in this country with everyone, because it's across the board. Because remember what he did the other day, right? He shut down the federal government. He put a pause on federal grants, loans, it messed up the Social Security portal. It messed up the food stamp portal, and everything stopped because this is his real intent. But folks out there voted for him. Now, look, if you go to my and welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get the Gilly started right. Now, if you go to my Instagram page, because I be posting these weird, funny videos on Instagram, I post a video of this Babylonian chick on a meltdown because she thought that all her food stamps and all her SNAP benefits was done. Listen to this chick.
Fucking tell me they're lying. Fucking tell me what the fuck do you mean? And I'm not gonna give my fucking SNAP benefits. What the fuck do you mean? Because what the fuck is gonna happen? You understand that there are people like me who cannot work? Do you understand there are people like me who have kids who cannot eat? Do you understand there are people like me who go hungry the last week of the month just so my kids can't eat? Because SNAP benefits is all we fucking get. Please, fucking tell me he's lying. I can't. What the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah, well, bitch, you wanted to make America great, right? So feel the greatness. Phil, you voted for his ass. Feel the greatness. All you Trump supporters that are on SNAP and Medicaid and Medicare, that's already been allocated by the government through laws. Because the Trump administration overstepped their boundaries. That's why they had to rescind this decision yesterday. Because the country was losing their minds. But maybe that might be part of his sinister plan. Welcome to the show, any place on earth where you get your morning started right. But that was part of his sinister plan to get everybody scared. But for this woman right here, who is a true Babylonian, because there's different categories of Babylonians. We know that, at least the way I see it. Put in the morning chat room if you want to know the different categories of Babylonians as Harvey see it. Prince Scott's welcome to the show. First chat room member of the week. The first one to throw that black heart. The Jackie Robinson of the chat room. BK's finest. Brooklyn, I love y'all. I'm from the Bronx, but if it wasn't for the Bronx, it would be no Brooklyn. But if I needed to go from one borough to the next, it would be Brooklyn. I got love for y'all. Y'all come on out to Comedy in Harlem. That's March the 8th, birthday bash comedy show. Matter of fact, Miss Jones from 94.7, she'll be in the building. She's gonna co-host with me. Y'all come on out. Show me some love. But for the pure Babylon, here is the categories. Sister Soldier, good morning. God bless. God bless you. But for the different levels of Babylonians, you have the conservative Babylonian. That's the Trump lover that got money. Those are the lawmakers. Those are the pure white folks that we know. But they're conservative. A lot of the conservatives, they love the Trump. Then you have liberal white folks who are for the black folks and see life in the landscape of the political landscape and life in two different versions. They're open-minded. Those are the liberal Babylonians. You got conservative Babylonians, you got liberal Babylonians, and then you have urban Babylonians. Urban Babylonians is with us, with black folks, and they enjoy the culture. We already know, everybody knows a urban Babylonian or have been around an urban Babylonian in their lifetime. And then you got white trash. Then you got the trash. Shout out to white trash. That's the white trash Babylonian. And y'all voted for him. And then you talk about the first 100 days. In the first 10 days, it's caused chaos. I fear in the next 100 days, Trump might try to get rid of us regular black folks. And what have I said the other day before we move on and talk about, and Vanetta, you should call in. Vanetta, you should call in for real. 570-982-6950. We're going to talk about what he's doing with the federal agencies and the federal employees. Vanetta, call in too. Vanetta, do me a favor. 570-982-6950. Can you call in for 2 minutes? For 2 minutes to clarify this. Matter of fact, but Vanetta, call in. And white folks that voted for Donald Trump, this is what you get. Black folks who voted for DL, Dow Lyons, what's up, bro? The best bowler in the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Waco team. Black folks on a Toxic Talk Thursday. This is what you get. Hold on, Vanetta. Black folks who voted for Trump, this is what you get. Because now Auntie can't get her Meals on Wheels. Okay? Your mom can't get the food stamps. Okay? And Social Security checks might be threatened, and your cousins that work for the government might lose their job because you thought it was funny because your punk ass thought you was going to get a check for $1,200 from Donald Trump. Black people, I am ashamed of you. And you allow the King Donald Trump back in the building, and don't get it twisted. In the next 100 days, they might deport our asses. This is the worst situation politically in this country. And the vibes in this country are now drawn in the sand. It's rich versus poor. And you think you sit there, you on Twitter, you crying about TikTok. These are the people that are putting the mindset in Donald Trump to get rid of y'all. But y'all want to dance on TikTok. And you want to post. And these are the people, don't you know that Elon Musk is the most hated man in Germany, and he was the one that put the model in place when he purchased Twitter and got rid of half of the workforce in Twitter, the same thing like Donald Trump's trying to do. But y'all want to dance. Vanetta, everybody, I have the honor and the privilege to have one of our own on the line right now. She's actually the ambassador of the chat room. She's the one that all of y'all go with grievances to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. When you don't like Harvey and you don't like what Harvey's talking about and you're not feeling me and you want to complain and you don't like Harvey at the moment, you call Vanetta. You call Vanetta and have your grievances with her. Because I know that sometimes y'all don't like me and I don't care. I still love y'all, but when y'all don't like me, don't call me, call Vanetta. That's why she's the ambassador of the chat room. Vanetta George, God bless you.
Good morning, everyone.
Can you school us? I know you're busy, and thank God for Jesus.
I am very busy.
Can you school us on the fuckery that's going down with the King Donald Trump and the infiltration and the bullying of federal workers in this country?
Yeah, it's a lot. And I mean, I can't say but so much because, you know, I am sworn by the Hatch Act and things of that nature. But yeah, he is coming through with a bulldozer to all the federal agencies, and he has his foot on our necks at the moment. You know, emails have been going out to federal employees about resigning by February 6th.
All right, stop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to say, moving forward, just please be mindful of what you're saying, because you're right. You are, involved.
Mm-hmm.
So just continue on, but please, because I could take over from there. Don't worry about that.
Right.
Continue on, ma'am.
Right. So there is a lot of stuff going on in the federal agencies right now. And one thing I do want to kind of clear up, as far as executive orders do not necessarily have to be approved by Congress. because executive orders are different from actually legislation that's being put into law. So sometimes they do have to go through Congress, but believe it or not, a lot of executive orders do not. Which is why the other day when he put a freeze on the federal grants and loans, of course I was panicking. I have 2 kids in college. It took a federal judge to stop that because that was something that did not necessarily go through Congress. So it's kind of a gray area with those executive orders because he literally can just sign stuff and kind of start the wheel turning, as he did with sending all of the federal employees back into office. That was something that did not necessarily have to go through Congress. But the problem is, because I'm also a union steward for American Federation of Government Employees, so the issue with that is that has to be bargained. Anytime you're changing something that was in a contract with these federal agencies, it has to be bargained. So even though he came in and said, with a swish of a pen, I want everyone back in the office, it's not that simple. So now we have to, the unions have to go back and we have to go to these agencies and ask them, how do you plan on having the employees go back into the office? What accommodations are you making for them? Do you have enough space for them? So these are all things that have to be bargained. So unfortunately, because he's a businessman and not a politician, he does not understand all of that. And that's what I keep explaining to people. He's coming in like businessmen do, trying to reduce waste, reduce costs, but he does not understand the legality of it all. Now, that's what's going on.
Now, are y'all listening to the ambassador of the chat room? Because this is what I'm getting out of this young lady. And everybody, let's put some heart emojis in the chat room right now, if y'all don't mind, for Vanetta George. Let's do that. And let's give Vanetta George a round of applause.
We are stressed. I'm going to be honest with you. We are stressed.
Now, the one thing that she said that resonated in my mind, resonate. Let me put a pause on resonate for some strange reason. Y'all can criticize the United States of America and you can criticize the government, but she's absolutely right. There are laws already put in place, passed by Congress, that supersedes what the president is trying to attempt or change. He can write as many executive actions as he wants, and some of them are definitely valid, and there's nothing you could do about it. But what's causing the panic is he's overstepping his executive orders and writing orders. This nigga's an asshole.
Issue is that he had all these executive orders that he wanted to sign. They were prepped and ready to go before inauguration day, right? That's why he had them all there stacked up. But the issue is that, and I don't know who is advising him, but the thing is he's trying to implement executive orders because he does have that power.
Yeah, he does. He
a lot of things, so he does have that power.
Yeah, he does have the power, but some of those.
No one else is putting a plan in place.
Right.
So he's saying, send them back into the office, but what about the plan? It has to be a step-by-step process, and that's what he's falling short. Even with freezing all of these, grants and loans, the reason why I'm not necessarily disagreeing with why he's doing it, but it's the way he's going about it. So that's why a federal judge had to stop it and say, yeah, you can't just come out and do that. There has to be a plan in place when it comes to anything.
That's why, again, and I appreciate you. Thank God that some of these laws are in place already that are protected by these federal judges. But by the way, that are certain level of judges. These are lifetime positions, so they can't be influenced politically. So whoever that lady judge is from Washington, D.C., in the final hour, she stopped everything. Thank God for that. Then the next day, President Trump and his whole crew had to rescind all this bullshit that they would put on the American people with stopping these grants and these loans from the day before. Is there waste in government? Yes, because I found out yesterday that they are. This is what the federal government should do. Okay, it's coming from your boy Harvey. To the federal contractors, you should be shaking in your boots because half of the federal contractors should be fired. Why attack the federal workers? Attack the people that are billing the government. For example, there is a federal contractor, Vanetta George, that makes soap dish for the United States government, for the army bases and all the soap dishes. This guy costs $2 to make the soap dish. The government is paying the vendor $300 to $500 a soap dish. That's a markup of 3 billion%. So they need to get cut all that waste, because there is federal government waste. There is. But to attack the federal employees, almost 2 million of them, is insane. And to give these directives and to the federal workers, and Vanetta, I don't want you to say too much, but they gave them the option to resign or come to work. Federal workers, don't resign. Don't play. I mean, if you're a federal worker and you've been working there for 50 years and you're 85 years old, it's time to go.
Well, no, here's the thing. And I have to say this as a union representative. Right now, we are urging people to not sign anything, because the thing is this, there's no guarantee. So most agencies are still waiting for a budget, okay? My agency included. The budget, of course, the fiscal year was up October 1st. As with most years, Congress doesn't agree on a budget. So my agency was facing a government shutdown, okay, towards the end of the year. So what happened was they granted what's called a continuing resolution. Ours is, I believe, until March 1st. So what happens is, under that continued resolution, that gives Congress extra time to kind of agree on what budget a specific agency is going to have. So the issue with that is there's no guarantee that these folks who decide to take that buyout, there's no guarantee these people are going to be paid.
Right.
So that's why, and there's some people that I've been in contact with. Of course, people have been ringing my phone about this. The unions have been urging people to not sign it until the different unions of the different agencies, because I think Danielle's union is like NEIU, it's different unions for different agencies. We're just trying to understand how that is going to happen, because we need to guarantee that these people are going to be paid. There's no guarantee that these people are going to receive this money as of now. So that's why it's imperative, even the people who've been here 50 years, that you just wait to see what happens, because that is a big concern. And one of the senators, I can't think of his name, one of the senators actually recently spoke about this. I was watching a YouTube video like 3 o'clock this morning. He actually spoke out about this, and he said the same thing. He's urging federal workers to not fall for that, because there's no guarantee that these people are going to be paid. Because remember, if you resign, you are not entitled to unemployment. Do you understand? You are not entitled to unemployment because you voluntarily left that agency. So people have to be very careful with that. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of background things, and I get it. A lot of people are like, well, they need to go back in the office. They've been home. They've been this. And I tell people all the time, we work harder from home because we're under more metrics, because they want to make sure that we're doing our job efficiently.
Well, according to the King Donald Trump, he said a lot of y'all are home in pajamas and all that. I thought that was funny when he said that. But whoa! Don't volunteer too much information. Now, she just gave some valid, great points and some great suggestions. Where's Danielle Williams? Can somebody wake her up, please?
She's actually in the office today, so she's probably listening, but she is in the office today. Today's her in-office day.
Let's put up the prayer emojis for Danielle Williams and Vanetta George, the ambassador. Let's do that right now. And our beloved Lynette Serrano. Let's give them, guys, if y'all don't mind, let's give them some prayer emojis, because these women, these fine, beautiful women that work for the government, is literally under attack by the king. Don't say too much, Vanetta. Take it easy.
No, but while we're at it, and I just want to explain, it's not just about people of color. DEI has to do with people that have disabilities. It has to do with our veterans, because remember, there are a lot of veterans who, under certain schedules, get priority to work in federal agencies. So it also has to do with our veterans. It has to do with the LGBT community. It has to do with, American Indians, Asian Americans. So it's not just about, because I think when people say DEI, it's just about people of color. To be honest, we're probably the smallest percentage of people that DEI covers. So we have to be very careful of what they're trying to do, because they're basically rolling back 50 years of laws that were put into place back in the 60s. So we have to be careful with that. So, I'm also president of an advisory council that has to do with minorities. So, we're under scrutiny. I have friends who may lose their jobs because they do work for diversity and inclusion. And it's just to make sure that employees are treated fair and equitable. That's what it's about. So, when they say this DEI, I think a lot of people are on board because they feel like, oh, it's just attacking, colored folk or, people of, LGBT community. It's a broad, vast amount of categories underneath that DEI. We have people that work in my job. We have people that are blind that's working there. We have people that are in wheelchairs. These are things that are making sure that we are giving them reasonable accommodations. We have people who are deaf. So guess what? They need different devices to do their job. All of that falls under DEI.
Wow. See? Look at you. Look at you. You've been scammed like 3 card mollies. Remember we used to get scammed? Princess and the Godfather Solar. Remember they was on 42nd Street and 5th Avenue and 6th Avenue back in the late 80s and the 90s, and they always came out on Fridays and they took our money. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you was a victim of the 3 card molly, because guess what? You was? Me too. They took $100 from me, and they took $100 from me on 43rd Street and 5th Avenue, and I felt like an asshole.
I was like 17, bottom road in the Bronx. Yeah.
Put a number 1 in the chat room if you got involved and you got the 3 card molly and they took your money, because this is the same thing that's happening. He talked economics and he talked about the economy and he talked everything else. But what he really wanted to do, he hoodwinked us all. And
I knew what time it was. Now, some of my fellow employees, when I say to them as well, y'all voted for him. Like, y'all voted for him.
Right.
Y'all voted for him. That's following. Y'all voted for him. Don't get scared now, because people are scared. Don't get scared now.
That's right. That's right. That's right, because you wanted to make America great again. Now you're feeling the greatness of making America great again. So now you sit there, you driving your Teslas looking like an asshole. You're on TikTok dancing. You're on Instagram. You're on Facebook. And these are the people who are advising Donald Trump to downsize everything. And Vanetta George is absolutely right. He's a businessman. He cares about the bottom line. You voted him in there. You voted him, Latinos, you voted for him. Now you got to leave the country. Other white folks voted for him and took your food stamps. Black folks voted for him. Now Auntie can't get her Meals on Wheels. My mother gets Meals on Wheels. But Trump thought it was cute. And now look at you. We are under attack in this country.
From all sides. Every demographic, everything you could think of, even prescription drugs. He repealed back legislation that Biden put into effect to lower a lot of life-saving drugs. Guess what? All of that has been peeled back.
That's right.
So it's affected, honestly, every demographic, every age group, and the one thing I can say is that, I can't specifically say what was in them, but these emails, the language is very aggressive. And I think that's why, I'm a strong person, but it does kind of like get to you, like, what the heck is going on? Like, are we living in America? Because the language that are in these emails that are being sent to millions of federal employees, it's very aggressive language. It's very aggressive.
Let's give a round of applause. And not only that, it is so much Vanetta God, but everybody, let's give Vanetta a round of applause. Let's give Vanetta a round of applause right now for dropping that knowledge on us. That we need to arm ourselves now moving forward. Put your guards up, guys.
Yeah.
Become more aware of what's happening around you.
The Hunger Games.
And let me tell you something. The one thing I'm not mad at Donald Trump, I'm not mad. This is the one thing I'm not mad at him about. He's letting you know what he's doing. And he don't give a fuck. Remember that video? And that guy goes, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Y'all seen that viral video? The dude, he was in the bed and the girl was telling him to get out the house. He's like, I don't give a fuck. That's Donald Trump right now. And at least we know it. And you voted him in, not us, them. They voted him in. This thing is so bad. In my next story before we get out of here, there was a plane crash. A helicopter and a plane crashed at Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C. this morning, and everybody died. An Army helicopter crashed into a commercial liner this morning. It's all on the news right now. Guys, put your prayer helmets on. We're in a full war. Hold on a second. Plane crash. Hold on. There was a plane that crashed. Did you hear about this? Let's see what this is about. The plane crashed in D.C. Okay? This morning.
To WTTG, we're now taking over to show you this. This is video from the Kennedy Center camera.
Yeah.
See that explosion right there?
This explosion.
That is the moment when this small plane apparently crashed into a helicopter. You see?
Our condolences go out to folks. There was a plane crash, and they're actually recovering bodies right now. There was a plane crash in Washington, D.C., Dulles Airport, between a military hospital and a commercial jet liner that has 64 people on it and 4 crew. And it was an American airline plane that was coming from somewhere in Texas, I think. And our condolences go out to these folks, and that's terrible. It's sad on a Toxic Talk Thursday that we have to report this. But there's a lot going on in the world. I'm not, again, I sympathize with the federal workers for feeling the way they feel. They feel inadequate. They feel fear. There's uncertainty for no reason at all. Okay, you want to negotiate going back to work? Okay, fine. But to give them this bottom line, and y'all voted for him. Let's go back to the video, guys. And Adrian, I need you and the family in the building March the 8th. I'm going to send you the flyer, bro. Oh, it's coming from Kansas. Thank you so much, Nicole. I'm going to replay this video of the chick spazzing out on my Instagram page because she's a Trump. Look.
I'm not going to give out fucking SNAP benefits. What the fuck do you mean? What the fuck?
What do you mean, what the fuck do you mean? You voted for him. You thought it was cute. White folks was out there high-stepping for the first 2 or 3 days in the Trump administration. Remember? He wrote these, he signed these executive orders, right? And then he let the J6 folks out of jail who ran up the Capitol, got 1,500 pardons out. White folks, the Babylonians, the conservative Babylonians and the white trash Babylonians that love Trump, because urban Babylonians and liberal Babylonians don't like Donald Trump. And then while you Donald Trump lovers were high-stepping because y'all thought y'all was the shit because your king has taken over, the king took your food stamps away from you temporarily, and now look, you panicking. And this is the way white folks that voted for Donald Trump was feeling all day. Look, here she go again. There she go.
Fucking hell, because what the fuck do you mean? And I'm not gonna give out fucking SNAP benefits. What the fuck do you mean? Because what the fuck is happening? Do you understand that there are people like you?
No, there are people like you that vote for Trump. Now, D-Lo asked my question, how that helicopter didn't see the plane. Right. Listen, These things, it happened that night. These things are, everybody's, I guess, following the traffic controller and they doing certain paths because it seemed like in the video, it seemed like the helicopter ran into the plane. D-Lo, it seemed like the helicopter. Look, here goes. Right now. There go the plane.
We're now taking over to show you this.
What?
This is video from the Kennedy Center camera. And you see that explosion right there. That is the moment when this small plane apparently crashed into a helicopter.
So they saying the
fireball. Marla, we see that plane head down towards the Potomac River.
You guys can go on YouTube or whatever social site, you can see the crash. And unfortunately, again, our condolences to everybody aboard, and it's just terrible. But I think I don't know, D-Lo, we all need to dive deeper into this tomorrow for Feel Good Friday. But my whole thing is, is everybody under radar? Don't they have flight plans? He's saying that the plane ran into the helicopter. If this is a big commercial plane, I mean, it's a commercial plane. They have all the modern technology. The plane's got these things called locators on it, where the locator lands aligns the plane with the runway. That's why they land planes in the rain and darkness and all that, because they got these locators that locate the ground to the plane. So I'm thinking that the plane is doing what it's usually doing. It's going down this little, in the air. In the sky, they got streets in the sky, highways in the sky. He's probably going down his normal path. This dude probably did this a flight 1,000 times. Where did the helicopter come from? Where did the helicopter come from? Oh, why? But I'm for sure that they will investigate this. My longtime friend, Yvonne Douglas Brody, I need you at Comedy in Harlem, March the 8th. I need everybody in the building. I need the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team, folks in the New York area and out of the New York area in the building. Yo, Adrian, I need wifey and all the kids in the building. Get you, Nicole Harris, I need y'all in the building. Miss Jones from 94.7 is going to co-host with me, and we got a dope lineup, and we're going to have some fun, and we're going to do our thing. That's March the 8th at Comedy in Harlem. Prentice, I need you in the building. The Godfather Soul, I need y'all in the Vanetta. Everybody, I need Daniel, everybody in this chat room. March the 8th. Sister Soldier, come on down. D-Lo Mathis, come on down or come on up. Wherever I know you're in North Carolina, come on up. Young and Nut, I need all of y'all in the building. Charlene, I need you in the building. I need everybody in the building. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you enjoyed the show today. Put a number 2 if you did. What did I get out of the show today? Vanetta George says clearly, this is the Hunger Games. Stay vigilant. Keep your paperwork right. Because now we're going back in the days of paperwork. Remember we used to have paperwork? Make sure your paperwork is good to moving forward. And Donald Trump has ripped this country apart, and we've known that already in the first 12 days. Stay vigilant. Stay on top of your whole situation in life. Stay safe, and God bless. How about that? Okay. Look, put a number 1 chat room if you all enjoyed the show today. Put a number 2 if you're there. Tomorrow, Feel Good Friday. We asked for donations on Friday. We're not on the other platform. That didn't work. So we're back here asking you guys for donations to keep the show running. Charlene, God bless you. Sister Soldier, thank you so much. Darryl Lyons, and we truly appreciate you. The Godfather Solar, Princess Cox, no pause. You know what it is. We truly appreciate you, Adrian. We truly appreciate you, Danielle. Daniel Williams is not in the chat room. We still appreciate you. Nicole Harris, we appreciate you as well. The ambassador chat room, thank you so much. And all the others who support this show throughout the years, thank you. Listen, it's your boy Harvey. I'm going to run out. Dope show today. Put a number 1 chat room if you enjoyed the show today. Put a number 2 if you did. We'll be back tomorrow. These shows are live. I'm 100% committed to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. Guess what? Your boy is out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Y'all be safe out there. See you guys tomorrow. And I love you guys to death. And you know this. It's your boy Harvey, and I'm out.